Hello friends, and welcome back to our Daily Women's Devotional. I Am Loved, edited by Carolyn Rathbun Sutton. The title of our devotional is The Calm in the Midst of the Storm, written by Julian Scott Banton. The Bible verse is found in Mark chapter 4, verse 37 through 39. And there arose a great storm of wind, and the waves beat into the ship, so that it was now full. And he was in the hinder part of the ship, asleep on a pillow. And they awake him, and say unto him, Master, carest thou not that we perish? And he arose and rebuked the wind, and said unto the sea, Peace, be still. And the wind ceased, and there was a great calm. Julian writes, I trembled with fear as I packed our clothes into a travel bag. My husband had suggested that we pack a few pieces of clothes and other essentials and leave them at a nearby hospital where he worked. We were preparing for Irma, a Category 5 hurricane. The images and videos that I had seen of countries being ripped apart by Irma made the situation worse. Thoughts of worst-case scenarios raced through my mind. Would I be able to see my 15-month-old daughter grow up? Would she be able to grow up? That's when I fell to my knees. I was alone in the bedroom and quietly cried out to God, asking Him to have mercy on us. For the rest of the morning, I busied myself with the last-minute preparations to try to take the edge off of my fear. I also avoided looking at any more videos of the storm, but each time my husband saw a clip and I looked up from the kitchen and saw his face, I knew it was bad. He tried to play it cool, but I could see the fear in his eyes. It was his job to protect us, but he had been outmatched. He did not know how I ached for him. By noon, we decided to have another family devotion. In Mark chapter 4, verse 35 through 41, we read about Jesus calming the storm after he was awakened by his terrified disciples. After calming the storm, Jesus turned to the disciples and asked why they were so afraid. As I read the scripture, I felt like that question was directed at me. I had prayed, but I was still operating with a spirit of fear. I felt ashamed. To close the devotion, I prayed and asked God to strengthen my faith so that I could stop worrying. Then I slumped back in the chair and watched my daughter. She was totally oblivious to what was going on and was laughing, playing, and running around as usual. I learned from my 15-month-old how to be calm. In Jesus' words, Except ye be converted and become as little children, ye shall not enter into the kingdom of heaven. We find this in Matthew chapter 18, verse 3. When the hurricane fell that night, I was amazed that I slept through most of it. I had experienced indescribable peace in the midst of the storm. Julian Scott Banton is a Jamaican currently residing in the Turks and Caicos Islands. She is married to a very loving and supportive husband, David. God has blessed them with a lovely daughter named Johanna, which means gift from God. Whether we are in a physical storm or a spiritual one, it's always hard to give the reins over to God. We feel that maybe we can do better or that we know what's best. But just like Jesus was sleeping at the bottom of that boat, we need to be sleeping, meaning we need to have peace and faith and know that He will take care of us. He's with us through the storm. He will not abandon us. I hope that you are blessed, you enjoyed today's devotional, and I will see you again tomorrow.